I have with me now Hee-Boon, Field Product Manager from Poly for APAC. Hi Hee-Boon, I hope you are feeling great today and thank you for joining us. Before we begin, would you like to share a little bit more about yourself?
Susan, thanks. I'm Hee-Boon, as you mentioned, right? Been with Poly for a few years now, and basically my job role, right, I'm the Field Product Manager for Poly. And I guess my job function, right, is more towards the NDA roadmap of a Poly solution. Anything pertaining to a product, in this case like product launch, product features. In its simplest form, I guess, is trying to find the right solution for my customer. And as much as possible, I want to engage my customers and reseller, find out what's their business needs, all this, and then maybe feedback to my business unit. And of course, along the way, right, I try to share Poly's strategy and direction, right, in terms of solution, right, with my customer and resellers.
Thank you, Hee-Boon. We are glad to have you here with us today. Shall we begin with the first question?
Sure.
Since the pandemic began, work style has actually changed a lot. So how did Poly help customers readjust or overcome to the changing work trend?
Well, I think it has been a very interesting journey, right, for all of us. And both from the perspective of Poly, the organization, as well as a solution provider, right, for many of my customers. I think when the lockdown or COVID started, right, all of us were more towards a trial and error kind of things, as in, we need to know what to do next and know what is best for the business going forward. In 2020, I think what is happening is organization, right, they realize, hey, this work from anywhere concept, right, is actually workable to a certain reasonable efficiency, provided the infrastructure support is there. At the same time, organization also realize that there will be a group of people, right, who prefer to work back in the office, and maybe due to their job natures, or they feel more productive back in the office. So in that sense, right, the most important question to so-called ask, right, in this juncture, right, is how do we make these two groups of people interact or collaborate seamlessly? And that's why, right, nowadays we hear the buzzword, in this case, hybrid working, right? It gives rise to this hybrid working phenomenon. And at this juncture, I think most organizations have started to embrace hybrid working. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can see that organizations are changing HR policy in order to support those remote workers. Right. At the same time, right, back in the office, right, there's renovations to create a working space, or this time we call it co-space, right? They are more flexible to so-called support this kind of new workforce. And even within Poly, we're implementing this, and in fact, right, we've introduced a new range of products called the Poly P series. In this case, the P stands for personal, and this specific product, right, is targeted at those hybrid workers. And what's the difference here? Well, there are prosumer-grade kind of products, and of course we have better audio and videos, right, for those remote or hybrid workers. And at the same time, right, it has features that no organization or enterprise wants, ability to manage this kind of USB-centric solution. So those hybrid workers, they just need to focus on their work and then let our solution handle the rest.
Sounds good. Yes, definitely hybrid working is here to stay. Yes. And I'm sure partners and customers will be keen and excited to find out more about Poly's new Prosumer P series and how it can enhance the experience in a hybrid workforce.
Yep.
So Hee-Boon, what upcoming trends do you expect to see? What's the new norm, and what kind of advice would you share with the partners?
Okay, so the way I'm reading the situation, right, I do see two trends coming. Or rather they came already. Well, first off, right, is video is the way forward, and this time around is here to stay. Right? That's a key difference here. And industry, right, that normally do not practice video conferencing, they are embracing this technology, such as SMB, small business, small medium business, and the other thing is like manufacturing, right? They are using video conferencing. What happened is, I think this pandemic, right, it helped expose to the general population, right, the habit of video conferencing, right? they gain experience through this video conferencing. So it has become the common standard. Then the other thing that we're witnessing is industry like telemedicine education, who used to use a small part of video conferencing, now they're embracing it fully again. So that was the first trend. So to all my partners right now, I'd like to share with you right now, organizations are gearing up, right, in the sense of equipping their office with video conferencing solution. So the second trend I'm seeing, right, is the transformation of office space. Nowadays we call them co-space. What's the difference? Well, this kind of office space, right, are more collaborative in nature, and of course they are more technology enabled. Again, back to COVID, right? Now our customer want touch-less kind of environment. So in this case, right, we can use automation, right? Instead of starting that video conferencing by click, right? What we can do is literally, right, ask the video conferencing solution to start conference. So those are the technologies, right? The other thing about co-space is, I would say, built into them are agility and flexibility. Again, back to this hybrid working, right? The numbers of people coming back to office, right, may go up and down depending on the events, the occasion, all this. And in that sense, right, that co-space, right, need to be flexible. So these are some of the new trends that we are seeing.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and that we should adapt and keep up with these trends.
Yes.
So lastly, how do you see Ingram Micro's role in helping you with the business?
Oh, so Ingram Micro, we have been partners for many years, and you guys are a very important business partner to us. Okay, and I think, right, or rather we foresee this relationship, right, to continue with strong engagement from both sides, right? Now, with Ingram, I think you guys have a very strong sales force and vast reseller networks, and of course, ready presence in this region. So with that, right, we actually have reached out to many new customers and resellers. Of course, right, we'll continue to help our customers, right, through our reseller partners as well. Yes.
Yep. Thank you, Hee-Boon, and we appreciate the support that Poly has rendered to Ingram Micro so far. I think Poly is one of the brands that we first started off with when the UC team was built. We look forward to strengthening our business partnership across the region. Okay, however, there might also be partners who may not have much background or knowledge about Poly. So how would you describe Poly in 2 sentences?
Okay, I think maybe 3-4 sentences. Okay, so Poly does have the widest range, right, in terms of portfolio, right, for collaboration and communication. So if I was to so-called summarize it, we have the personal solution, we have the office enterprise solution, and of course now we have hybrid working solution, right? Your customer may not need all this kind of solution for all the scenarios, but definitely, right, we will have a solution that fits your customer needs.
Sounds good, and I'm sure our partners will be keen to bring in, to explore the conferencing portfolio with Poly.
Sure.
Okay, before you go, one last question. Can you share with us what are some of the newly discovered hobbies during the pandemic lockdown?
During the lockdown, right, I think like everyone else, right, I need to work at home. But then, right, I start exploring like everyone else, baking, right? So I did previously have some baking experience, but this time around, right, I do deep dive, right, into creating or baking sourdough. So all the way from like creating, making my own yeast to the scoring of the bread, all this. So I did enjoy that process, to be honest, right? And here's my shameless plug, right, for Poly, right? So what I discovered is during lockdown, we have a lot of activities at home, right? Maybe like exercise, right? In my case, I also need to do some cooking, all this. I discovered, guess what? Poly have a lot of headset with different wearing styles. And for all those activities, right, we definitely have styles, to be used, in terms of headset. So that was quite an interesting discovery for me.
Wow, that's really some interesting hobby to have, to actually bake from scratch.
Yes.
And yes, I agree with you that Poly has a versatile range of headsets to suit your needs either for work or even play now.
Yes, correct.
With that, thank you, Hee-Boon, for your time, and we can't wait to see what Poly has in store for us.
Thank you, Su Xian.
Thank you.